Hi Patreon, in the spirit of my growth as a reader, and I did promise that I would be reading water, and it's just, I'm getting a little bored of doing these videos just with shells. I like to use shells because listening to what is being said is so much easier than seeing, because seeing just, frightens the bejesus out of me. But I intend to, so first, guys, your requests. Your requests. Okay. That's all I have to say. Your requests. Okay, so I am going to read Johnny Depp and Amber Heard after the verdict. Now you all know that water is the medium that a lot of witch doctors use. So I'm going to be doing a relationship reading of Amber. I'm already mesmerized, and it's a lot of looking into the water if I must, and a lot of channeling. If you are looking at me, I'm doing the insignia, the cluster insignia to the water, so that the visions that I see are safe. So I'm literally gonna do this because I need this to be looking down at the water, and this table is too high. So the water is right by my thingy here, and I've got my fingers in the water, but I need to look into the water. So I'm gonna call Johnny. And water is the element of life. Your entire life is in water. All harvesters use water in order to harvest you. So first they make a connection with you in the physical, in any way that they can. If they can't make a connection with you in the physical, they will go ahead and they will create a fake one. And then they'll use water. They'll be chanting on water, hot water, some more steaming hot water. They'll be using the steam, some hot water to steal from your metaphysical, or to impose their wishes, their desires, and their wants in your timeline, and then collect them as if they are you. So water is where your entire life is. Okay, and water is also the gatekeeper of the gates of heaven. So I'm going to call Johnny into the water. I'm just too lazy to push this table aside. This table is for shells. It is even protesting. Okay, water, Johnny. Johnny does have some mental health problems, but most creative people do. And so what's your life gonna be? See what I mean about too many images at once? Johnny is going to be relieved at the end of this trial, because he's had to mind his P's and his Q's a lot. He's had to work on appearing normal to the world and to everybody. He says he's quirky and he's a little bit strange and he's a little bit creative, but that's the way he came into this world. And it has made him a lot of money, and it has given him fame, but it has also brought him as many troubles. He says there's no gift that doesn't have a curse attached to it, as you would know. And I'm saying, yes, I do know. My curses are more than my gift, I think. So he says there is no gift, and so far he has suffered a lot, just as much as he has gained. He's out of touch with humanity, and he doesn't really know what people want from him, nor does he really know people at all. He says, I'm completely baffled by humanity in general. Yes, I do throw tantrums. I do throw tantrums like a little girl, and why shouldn't I throw tantrums? But to imagine that the tantrums that I threw have women going into the courtroom and sitting there and talking about me as if I was the worst abuser is beyond me. All those women that I dated All those women were abusive. Even the mother of my children, she was abusive, but I managed to hang in there. I managed to stay. See, I'm talking so fast. I managed to hang in there. I managed to stay in there because, there were so many beautiful things that were worth staying for. I'm attracted to cruel women. She isn't the first. I could not have pointed fingers at all those women and said, but you did this to me and you did that to me. I couldn't have done it because then it would have made me look like some type of puss, some type of idiot, some type of victim, wannabe victim, some type of wannabe victim. So I'll be relieved when this court case is done. I am exhausted. I am so tired. I just want to go back to my peace, but I couldn't let this rest. I could let it rest, actually. It was my daughter and the women in my life who couldn't. He will not tell us who the other woman is who was helping him. But I keep hearing my sister. She couldn't take it anymore. Okay, he's trying to shield her in the water. But I do feel that it's a sister. Someone he is biologically related to and someone who is female who refused to take it. So you may not see what I'm doing, but I'm actually moving my fingers in the water. I'm making the water move because it's so much easier to read while I'm standing by the river. So I have to give the water movement. The water has to move. Okay, so Johnny is sick. He's not going to live as long as is intended. He does have a problem with drugs and he does have a problem with alcohol, and it all comes from loneliness. He is lonely because he is removed from other people. He cries a lot, and even after this he is going to cry a lot. He feels so unlucky. He feels that his lot in life is not what he needed. He says fame, big fame is never what I was going for. I just wanted to live well on my craft, and fame has brought me nothing but chaos and pain and lack of human attachment. You know what he wants to do? His greatest wish is to walk into a McDonald's or a burger joint and to buy a burger and to say to people, how you doing, and to sit at a table by himself and to eat it. That is his greatest dream. In other words, people, Johnny doesn't like being famous. He doesn't like being a star. So what's the future? There's another Hook movie coming out. Hook, when he had the hook, they will be released in like 4 to 5 years. Don't kill a woman. I am not good with time. Okay, it'll be released, but there's another Hook movie coming out. It'll be a blockbuster. He's going to be adored and loved again. Okay, he really is going to be adored and loved again. He's going to be embraced by Hollywood. His stay out in the cold is done. It's done. This court case has cleared the air. It's like people have finally seen my side, and people have seen the woman for who she is, but they don't even know how bad she is. She is worse than it shows. She is way worse. They don't even know how bad she is. So he's gonna do 1, 2, 3 other Hook movies before he dies. So that franchise is going to be reawakened. When he's really, really old, because he's old right now, when he's really, really old, he's gonna win an Oscar, but not for one of those movies. He's actually gonna act in a very, very serious movie. There will be another woman by his side soon, and unfortunately for him, he is very right. They say the next woman that is coming into his life, because right now there isn't a woman in his life, but there's a woman coming in his life. She's another Amber. Oh, I gotta take out my fingers. I'm actually feeling pain. She's actually another Amber, so now I have to use this hand. He's actually another Amber, people. She comes to him to use him for his fame, and he takes her because sorry. Okay, now I have to go back. I have to go back. He's going to be going out with her. He's going to be introducing her to the public. Seriously, she's just a skinny, she's just she looks almost like Amber. He has a type. And she just treats him as badly. I see her beating him because he's drunk. And she's beating him with a bottle because he's passed out. He's not going to change. He's going to be passed out. He's going to be drunk. And these people are going to be propping him up. I see her beating him with a bottle, with a beer bottle, because he's drunk. Dragging him. This one looks even more frail, but she has an even bigger temper. He's going to marry her though. Why, Johnny? There's something about her that just reminds me of love. Okay. Johnny Depp is getting married. Not right now, but he is getting married again. His life is going to be more peaceful because this one is more secretive and this one does not. I don't know, she's different. She's cold as ice. I think she's got blue eyes, or maybe just blue stands for cold. Okay. She treats him like a little kid that she abuses on the regular. Okay. Now next. Back to this hand. Amber. Amber's fame is going to die out. Not right away, but it will die out. She's going to stop acting, not right away, but now she has a reputation. Nobody loves her as much anymore. She's going to stop acting. Literally, what water showed me was like, woo, up, and then down. So there is going to be something big that she's going to do, something major, something that will bring her back into the limelight. So she's going to be good at bringing herself back into the limelight, and she's going to rise, and she's going to be so popular. Her energy is very, very dark. Pain. But, like, woo, boom, right? So, woo, up, boom, right at the very top, and then woo, down. It's like a movie. There's gonna be some movie or some company or some director. Okay, I'm being told by my ancestors to put it back because it's actually giving me pain. Okay. There's a movie that she's gonna act because the producer is stubborn. The producer is like, I don't give two shits. It's going to be Amber or else. So then the movie is a lot of money is going to be spent on the movie, a lot of publicity, and it's all going to look really good, really, really good on paper, and the projections are going to look good. And then the movie is going to flop. Not because Amber is in the movie, but because of bad acting in general. However, she's going to take a hit for it. She's going to take a hit. They're going to say it is her. So she's going to be blacklisted, which she wasn't. Johnny was the one who was blacklisted, but she's going to be blacklisted. And then with time, basically Amber, with time, will not be in our faces anymore. So she's saying this is unfair. I married a loser that everybody in Hollywood knew was a loser.